All right, testing, testing, one, two, three. Hey, we're sounding pretty good. Forgot to quick quit some background stuff. All right. All right, I think now is a great time to get started. Hello, everybody. Hello. uh, I kind of started a little later than what I thought I was going to. I almost thought I had kind of like another instance of kind of the the bandwidth, the streaming bandwidth, not really working in my favor again. But um, I mean, I guess it didn't help that I decided today to update both OBS Studio and Stream Elements, because they introduced kind of like this Elements Control Center that you can like interact with, kind of like the elements that you make with Stream Elements within OBS Studio. And while I haven't taken advantage of kind of the new Elements feature, which is kind of like an alternative way to kind of make stuff for like your stream layout, kind of like your alert boxes and your widgets. Um, that is something that I'm thinking of toying around with to kind of, because I think since I've had like this current layout for almost a couple of years, I do say that it is gonna be time for an update soon-ish. So I kind of wanted to have that as an option, and of course, after updating, it took me a bit to kind of realize, hey, maybe I should restart my computer so that I don't have bandwidth issues with OBS Studio. Um, and then for whatever reason, it ended up being like significantly worse. And then I checked my VPN settings, and for some odd reason, it did not go to immediately to my to the closest city to me, which in my case is Chicago. It went to Detroit instead, and that's probably what kind of had driven it to like be it so low. So yeah. So I almost I almost had a virtual camera moment, because that was kind of the last time that was the previous time that I had to cancel, because it's like, the stream was the tests and the stuff was like dropping frames for no reason, and it took me a while to realize, oh hey, maybe it's because I had the virtual camera turned on. Okay, so thankfully I didn't have a repeat of that whole situation. So yep, we are all good. I got the shell bell. Nice. So yeah, I did take part of the Splatfest's Frosty Fest. I just played it though. So I didn't stream it this time around. I mean, I'm not sure if I would have won the 303 times battle had I did stream it. I mean, it would have been nice if I got it, but it's like, knowing my luck, I probably wouldn't have been so lucky. And I think I got like a 10 times battle. I'm not sure if the 10 times battle I got was for was kind of for the pro matches or the tricolor matches, but I was doing fairly decent. So yeah, last part we started doing the adventure proper, and we managed to get the first gem taken care of, which wasn't too bad. Oh, and I managed to get a shiny Hoppip. It like landed right in front of me as I was kind of looking at another Pokemon, and I was just like, "Oh crap, better get it." So yeah. Gonna call you. Rock Pinch. You know what? Rock Pincher. I cannot enter that name? What? Okay, apparently there's something about Pincher that is a little inappropriate for some odd reason. Sometimes it could also be like, you know, it might be too similar to something in like another language or something. That could also generally be it, but you know. Yeah, interesting, you know. But yeah, I remember that. I remember the instance when they kind of started kind of restricting the names that you had online. You actually couldn't have Coffagrigus in online matches with its original name because they did think quite ahead of, oh hey, you know, something in its name could be equated to a particular slur. So they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that one. But yeah, back to the Splatfest. I was playing under Team Family, and you know, for a while it seemed like, you know, things were going all right, but I mean, Team Solo just kind of swept the board a little bit, and I mean, for the Splatfest, I think they had like the colors kind of be pretty close to the three members of Deep Cut. The thing about with Team Solo and the color scheme that they use to kind of resemble Big Man, it kind of looks a little too similar to something that, you know, I kind of can't really go into. Otherwise, I would have to like drive up the rating of my stream. But let's just say I appropriately called it the Alone on a Friday Night color, especially because it was fitting for like Team Solo, you know. And I think the reason why that ended up sweeping was also probably kind of a similar reason as to why White Chocolate won its particular Splatfest. But you know, that's just me, you know. Sometimes I wish my mind stayed innocent, basically. Just some things I rather not know, but now they're in my head anyway, and I blame society. Yeah, I forgot if I needed to organize my boxes or not. Where'd the Rocky Crab go? Oh. Alrighty. Okay, but yeah, no, I didn't mean to do that again. But yeah, last time I was originally set on going to the next gym in Artisan. But you know, as I was kind of moving along and as I was kind of like trying to get as much as I can as far as like being as far as stuff being like wrapped up and stuff, um I kind of noticed that the Rock Titan is actually a lot closer, and I actually have quite a few more Pokemon ready for the Rock Titan, as opposed to having the amount of Pokemon ready for the gym. So I'm deciding to do the Rock Titan first, then the gym, and then we'll see how well we do in the in the in the Team Starbase, because I remember having a little bit of hard time with that one when I played Scarlet. Okay, yeah, just take care of that so we can get the Gimme Ghoul coins. 60 of them, nice. Oh! Uh... Sorry, I'm just picking up a lot of stuff. Do I have a Growlithe? I don't, and you would actually be really handy for the upcoming gym. Wouldn't have to train you that much either. Yes, I'm calling you M. Burn. Okay, gonna heal you up a tad, cause alrighty. Is there an item nearby? Sorry, I know it's very easy to kind of sidetrack yourself a little bit. Ooh, piece of candy. But I think the extra large Titan Clarth is here. Hi. Okay, yeah, it's kind of, scaling up a little bit. There you are. Ooh, yeah, big boy. All right. Ouch. Alright. Oh, Alright, well, the special defense fell, so hopefully that can be just what I need. Oh! That's right, its speed is also up. Alright. So yeah, the thing with the Titan fights is that you do initially fight them on your own. And you know, you obviously can't catch the Titanmon. At least what I'm aware of. Once you get like to a point where they're almost ready to kind of be taken out, they'll retreat for a bit, and you have to go look for them again. And that's when they're going to basically eat the herba mystica that you and Arvin are looking for. And it gets a bit of a power boost. And in the second phase, when you fight it again, Arvin will fight alongside you, so it'll be a 2v1. Okay, so yeah, Arvin has a shelter right now to help us out. Helping out defeat on the health ship. And Arvin will actually have a different Pokemon to assist you. Thanks, Big McClink. Yes, I hope you have yourself a good day as well. Don't worry, I will have, basically the YouTube stream will be archived. It's also on Twitch, but unfortunately the Twitch one only lasts for like 7 days. Used to be 14, but... But yeah, so yeah, for each Titan, Arvin will have a different Pokemon to kind of help you out with. So, which is nice. There. Let's have Quackagogo take center stage again. Probably use Aqua Jet, because, yeah, especially with the faster speed. There we go. Should be enough for the Shelter to take it. Or Shelter could use Life Dew. That's, I mean, that would have been nice if, you know, my Jigglypuff was still in play, but, you know, it's okay. It only took an additional turn. Man, Clorf's cry is very loud. Okay, low sweep. Water Pulse probably is not gonna do you any favors, so we're just gonna get rid of that. All right. Oh yeah, that's only the first one. Hey, you wanted to do this, Arvin. But yeah, we'll find out Arvin's motivation for trying to get all the Herba Mystica later. So yeah, the first one, we apparently got the sweet one. Now, you're not actually gonna obtain the sweet herb, you're not gonna obtain any of the Herba Mystica until you get to the point where stronger terror raids are going to happen. It's like the really, really tough ones where you have to be really strong Pokemon in order to get it. There is a way to get it if you go far long enough in the DLC, but you're gonna have to wait a while, and it doesn't help that you're gonna need one for a random instance in particular, much later. So yeah, Arvin kind of made his own badges to kind of signify that, you know, you beat the Titan and you got the Herba Mystica, so, you know, that's pretty nice. Well, well, he apparently likes the sandwich. Hey, no, that's not for you. Here you go. Hey, I went through all that trouble making that for you and you just give it away? Well, the thing likes sandwiches. I hope you realize that's all there was, so now there's none left for you. That's totally fine. Aw, come on, now you're making me feel like I'm the selfish jerk here. Here, you can have half of mine, but you better savor every last bite. Huh, you already ate that whole thing? Alright, so, yeah, and it's also through the Titan quests that, we're actually gonna get more maneuverability options for our for our ride Pokemon, essentially, whether it's Koraidon in Scarlet or Miraidon in Violet. So yeah, the first one that Miraidon first ability that a Miraidon gets is the ability to dash faster. Which, you know, not a bad start. So yeah, Arvin isn't exactly forthcoming at first. But I think it's after the second Titan that he'll essentially let us know why he wants to find the Herba Mystica to begin with. Oh yeah, and the professor basically kind of confirms what we've already know. So yeah, that's basically how that's basically how the Titan stuff is going to go. Okay, so boxes. Okay, so yeah, since level 17 is essentially okay, and Ember's already at level 17, so we're just gonna put you here. Quack-a-Go-Go and Show 9 are also doing pretty good. Let's see. Okay, so let's try to have some other Pokemon try to kind of catch up, essentially. Let's see. Alright, that's good for now. Okay, let's see. So yeah, we basically have quite a number of Pokemon that can already take on the gym. So gonna save real quick because we took care of the Titan. And we are gonna make our way over to Artisan. So yeah, probably not gonna have too much grinding until we kind of start trying to raid the Team Star base. So yeah, that's gonna be the little tricky deal here. Let's see. So yeah, we want to make our way to Artisan. So yeah, we can go a little bit faster now. Woo! Can't climb up there. Yeah, I probably don't want to run into any Growlithe at the moment because my team isn't really best equipped to take it on. Even if the weather pattern's a little in my favor. I'm gonna need to level up a bit, so guess it wouldn't hurt to fight it. I mean, you're gonna splash around anyway. There we go. So yeah, the honey that the Combi gets is just basically an item you could sell. It used to be something that you could slather on trees to get certain Pokemon. Weren't exactly guaranteed to get anything good, but you know. It was a thing for a bit. The treasure hunt is so much fun. And no fresh-faced kid is going to beat me. Really now. None of these moves are actually going to be good on Ghastly, but might have a option at the very least. Go, Rogue One! There we go. Just staring at me menacingly. Do I have an awakening? Yes, I do. I have 13 of them. Nice. Alright, what can I do against a Murkrow? Not much, apparently. Yeah, this is the best I kind of got. Of course, you have a flying type move that would affect a good chunk of my team. Oh. Not necessarily bad, just not necessarily what I wanted either. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I didn't use amnesia, because Hayes would have definitely kind of ruined that. Alrighty, kind of need to patch up the team a little bit. Right? Woo! Whoops. Oh, Well, good thing it decided to use a move that wasn't going to do much. Oh boy. That's a whole nother story. Yeah, thanks for letting me leave after taking out one of my Pokémon. That's much appreciated. Okay, let's see now. Come say hi. Come say hi. Yay, you came. So want a battle? Yeah, meanwhile the Chlorf wants to go and say hi. Trad, I knew that this was a likelihood of happening. Sorry if the bandwidth is being an absolute fickle beast. Although, right now it says that it's not... Right now it says it's doing okay, but, you know... YouTube is not receiving enough video to smooth streaming? Ah, darn it. What the heck is going on? Okay, it's moving somewhat now, but... Yeah, right now I'm gonna have to try to power through it and hope that it fixes itself. Why on earth is it doing this? Hmm. Here, let me yeah, give it a chance to kind of reconnect a little bit. All right, we should be back. Uh I am real sorry about that. That was definitely unexpected. So yeah, the bandwidth test went well. And when I did the speed test on the speed testing site called Ookla, they also have like a down detector site, and one of the 3 sites that they immediately kind of shown that was having issues was YouTube. So I think I think the YouTube problems were kind of killing the stream a bit. Cuz when I even looked at the recording, cuz I usually do like a recording as kind of like a backup and stuff. It was looking pretty fine even when things were getting a little unruly and wonky. So yeah, that's why it'll be kind. So yeah, it's that's kind of the reason why it'll show up in like 2 different parts on Twitch. Tonight's stream will be on 2 different parts on Twitch. But then when I edit, when I will edit on, what I will do is I will edit the 2 parts together on YouTube. And then I will upload the full part 3, as you will, on YouTube. It will be under the videos tab instead of the live tab, unfortunately. And I mean, there is a little bit of a precedence for this. I did had to do this before. So it will be weird when you go on the live tab. It'll be like, 1, 2, and then 4, and then you'd be like, "Well, where's part 3?" Well, I had to upload the stream on part 3 because I had connection issues midway through, and that's ultimately what happened. So I mean, I think because of that, I might make today's part a bit shorter as a result. I will try not to make it too short. Cause yeah, I mean, I thought I had everything all kind of figured out, and it was just like, nope, just really not having it today, unfortunately. But it is what it is. And the thing that kind of really sucks, especially in regards to Pokemon, they don't have multiple save files, and especially as an RPG, so I can't really like do any sort of like tiered saving and stuff like that, So I have to kind of like I kind of have to hope that things get like steady enough. Otherwise, I kind of need to have a little bit of a contingency plan as for when things kind of go wrong. And I know people have kind of brought up, and I know people have kind of brought up like using like a wired Ethernet connection, but I'm not exactly in the best position to do that at the moment, unfortunately. So, yeah. That's just something that, something that I would want to do eventually, but it's just not in the cards right now. So, We have reached Artisan. And I do have Pokemon to attempt the gym battle, like, pretty soonish. I just gotta raise at least one more Pokemon to kind of help out with that. Let's see. I mean, I do also have, I think I also have some candy that might actually help out, but, trying to think if I should resort to that. Well, okay, first off, I didn't catch a Skidoo yet, so let's kind of add one. Ooh, I almost took it out. All right. There we go. That should help move things along. Yeah, got quite a number of Pokemon at level 15. Alright, any move that I should place with Synthesis? Not at the moment. Thankfully, we can relearn moves whenever, so... Gonna call you... Bush Goat. Okay. Oh, I also got myself a Hyper Potion. That's pretty neat. Okay, yeah, let's see what we got here. 15. Ah! That maneuver went a little bit better in my head. That's a Gulpin. Okay, revive, I do need that. Okay, I tried to catch one of these last part, but that's when I encountered the shiny Hoppip, so... Oh, Nimble will be... Oh, oops. Okay, maybe next time. Probably try not to knock it out. Okay, it's rookie. Okay, I at least can run away from that one. Okay, so as far as Terra Shards go, there is a place where you can actually, if you have enough Terra Shards, you can change your Pokemon's Terra type. I think you need 50 of a type to change it if you really need to do it. Okay, I think this time I'm just gonna tackle it. Okay, one more tackle should be fine. Alright, there we go. Use a Pokeball now. Alright, we got Nimble. Okay. Gonna call you... Be quick. You know, Nimble be quick. Alright. Okay, you are level 14, so you can be in here. Okay, we're still training them on, as it were, so... Holy smokes. Oh. Sorry, I... let's kinda find our way out of here first. This place is okay, so, I mean... Murkrow wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea, but it also would not be a good idea to try to get a Murkrow right now, because most of my Pokemon are weak against it. Oh, look, Dunsparce. You know, I find it interesting that for the longest time, you know, fan artists were imagining when Dunsparce gets an evolution, it's going to be kind of like this near kind of legendary looking-ish kind of Pokemon. And instead what we got was just an even more derpier Dunsparce. And I honestly find that funny. But hey, I mean, at least Dunsparce got something. For the longest time, it was just one of those weird early solo, non-evolution mon that just got, nothing. Absolutely nothing, you know? The dun. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Okay, finally found the frickin' ramp. For now, let's battle. Not sure if I should be concerned or not. Luxio. That is certainly gonna put me in a pickle. I think I have like a couple of Pokemon that are like flying type. And I don't really have a quick means of dealing with it per se. I lost for now. No, you kinda lost just period. I don't know how to tell you this, buddy. Well, you had me a little bit concerned, I will say that. Okay, so we pretty much have like any Pokemon that could fill in kind of that last spot for the next gym. Okay, that's a Boon Sweep, but it has an Ice Terror type, and I'm not sure what would that be used for. I mean, there's a move, I think like one of the DLCs introduced like a kind of like a kick ice move, but it's like, Not to mention, I'm trying to think what benefit the ice type could give it, because aside from it not being affected by other ice Pokemon, but you know. Oh, I mean, I guess that does kind of actually help with flying types. So, first let's change so that we have Screamo Gator. Kinda take care of it, and then we'll challenge it alone. Oh yeah, I guess it could help it against flying types, too. Oh, snap. That like almost instantly went down. I mean, if it does have an ice move already, it could also be helpful for the gym, I guess. Gonna catch you. I think I might have actually have kind of a. I'll actually come. I actually think I might come up with a good name for you. Upon thinking about it. Okay, Boonsweet was caught. Gonna call you Mitsuru. Let's also see. I'm kind of curious. Do you have an ice move? You don't have an ice move. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, that doesn't really help me. Unfortunately, it's like, man. But you know, it might come in handy later. All right, but I think I also got a few additional candies, so you know, not for nothing. I can actually kind of use them. So let's see how much one small candy does. Okay, Willow Whips. That's a pretty good move. I'll take that over Fire Spin. Okay, well, okay, now Twitch, you're just confusing me. Is the stream still going, or is the player just buffering? Kinda sending me mixed signals here. Okay, so I think, we actually caught enough. No, not caught enough. We actually raised enough, Pokemon to attempt the gym. So what we're going to do, we're gonna go back to Artisan. And start kind of forming our team here. Okay. Hopefully I raise them to be a good enough level, cause yeah. I mean, the Titan wasn't too bad, so we'll just see kind of where. Okay, and I also kind of forgot that I also kind of forgot that I'm putting some Pokemon back into the box. At least for now. It depends on where I might need them next. Okay, but let's get everybody else in here. Mostly a female team, interestingly enough. Okay, so this is what we're going with. Let's see. Let me see if there's any additional... Let me see if there's any additional moves I can kind of work with. Yeah, I'd rather have Absorb than Growl. Okay, what moves? Okay. Rather have Ember than Helping Hand. Okay, you're pretty good for now. You're also pretty good for now. Yeah. Okay, I like to sell... not my Pokeballs. I don't think I've ever used any sort of X items. Ever. Like, unless if you're doing a challenge run... I don't really see too much of a point. Okay. Yes, I would like to buy, please. Actually, if I already have 6 or 5s, that's good. Alright, time to challenge the second gym. Oh, hey, Nimona actually, Vaya Sumere? It's so... Yes, it is very wild that we ended up randomly visiting the same gym at the same time again. What a weird coincidence indeed. I swear I'm not just sneaking ahead of you so I can lie away and go, oh wow, weird, might as well battle you now that you're here. No, seriously, look, to prove it, I won't even challenge you to a battle this time. Much as I like to. But look at you and your Pokemon, they've definitely gotten stronger since last time. Add these to the mix and you'll be 100 set to go, no problem. I'll be cheering for ya. I'll go train like maybe 20 of your Pokemon or so while you tackle the gym. Welcome to the Artisan Gym. Let me register as a challenger. Your name is Sumire, yes? Yes, indeed. Great, now in order to face Gym Leader Brassius, you first need to pass the gym test. Here at Artisan Gym, that means complete a game of Sunflora Hide and Seek. As you may know, Artisan is a city of artists. The artwork made by the people here is largely inspired by the nature and the sun that nurtures it. Since Sunflora embodies these concepts, we try to gather them and take good care of them. Your job today is to find the Sunflora located throughout Artisan. Remember, these Pokemon look like sun-shaped flowers. Gather up 10 of them and bring them to the Sunflower Lawn, and you pass the test. I'll register the Sunflower's Lawn location in your map app to get you started. When you leave the gym, turn right and you'll see 2 large Sunflower statues. Head for those. Once you're at the lawn's entrance, the staffer there will tell you more about the gym tests. Now get out there and have fun! So yeah, the first kind of red flag, so to speak, when people were kind of concerned about, like, kind of how stable the game actually was, it was actually this gym trial, because when you start getting closer to completing the trial, the game's frame rate kind of starts crapping to bed. Although, to be fair, you can, like, kind of, once you start playing the game, you can kind of start telling as soon as, like, you know, when you're in, like, that cutscene with with your homeroom teacher and all of your students are moving at, like, 5 frames per second. But yeah, there are plenty of instances where you can kind of get faked out a little bit. Also, some of them will attack you, so kind of be ready for that. As well as try to run from you. Hey, I could have sworn I touched it. Where the heck did it go? Of course, it's easy to confuse it with, like, the Sunflower that are already following me. Okay, so we found 7. Now we're gonna need a kind of, Okay, I think that one's kind of disguising itself as one of the plants. The fact that the fact that it's not lit this as the same as the art statue kind of gives it away a little bit. Well, it's also smaller and it's also kind of falling asleep. We're looking for 2 more of the little suckers. Alright, we got him. We got 10. I hope Twitch isn't going down now. Alright, we passed the gym test. Well done on finding all these Sunflora. You passed the gym test with flying colors. Now please head back to the lobby at Artisan Gym to report your result. Alright, it's time to face off against the gym leader. Brassius. The Verdant Virtuoso. So yeah. We'll also actually encounter him later because he was a pupil of the art teacher at the academy. Greetings, Challenger. Dude, you could have broken like a lot of bones in your body by doing that. I was observing your gym test from atop the windmill, you know. The perception you display in finding the Sulfura was truly... Oh, how shall I describe it? Yes, it was truly avant-garde. Yes, he really loves to say avant-garde a lot, too. Get used to that. We must begin creating our collaborative work of art. I trust that you are ready. It's time for our masterpiece to take shape. Why does he have a whip? It kind of brings me back to, like, you know, the Gen 1 trainer designs and like how half of like all of the trainer classes and even a couple of gym leaders had like frickin' whips. Yeah. Okay, I think Sing would kind of make a little bit more sense than Absorb right now. Okay, this might actually not turn the battle in my favor, because even though he's going to turn Sudowoodo into a grass type, it still starts off as a rock Pokemon. So there's a very good chance it could still have a rock move. Allow me to touch this work up slightly. I will call it Truly Wudo. Also, I love that they took the advantage of the in joke of how Sudowoodo is a rock Pokemon impersonating a tree. Now it can actually be a tree in some regards. Yeah, I'm gonna sing for it a little tune first. Might have actually over leveled my team a bit here, because I thought he was gonna have a team that was like, you know, level 17 and level 19. No, level 16, level 17. So not much stronger than and than the first gym leader. Which is gonna make the eventual start to challenging the Team Star and at their bases a little bit more egregious in terms of a bit of a difficulty spike. Okay, a move place with Endeavor. It's better than Tackle at the very least. Probably not going to keep it. Yeah, like I said, he says avant-garde a lot. Dude, we get it. You're an artist. Glad that you seem to enjoy it, though. Just, try to be careful when you're jumping off of the top of windmills. Okay, so we can catch Pokemon up to level 30, and those Pokemon should follow our commands as well. Okay. Pardon me, would you be the Sumeri I've been hearing so much about? Oh yeah, speaking of the art teacher who taught the gym leader we just faced, this is him. My name is Hassel. I'm one of the Elite Four of the Pokemon League. I also teach art classes at the Academy. So do tell me, young Sumeri, what compels you to collect these gym badges and strive to be a champion? Asked and answered, thank you. Naturally, there's no single correct answer. All paths lead to the great crater of Paldea, as they say. You know, your friend Nimona is the youngest to achieve champion rank in all of Paldean history. It's entirely possible that such great potential lies within you as well. That is a goofy walking animation. And he has goofy hair. But he's alright. He's cool. Should you continue striving to reach champion rank, you will one day have to battle me. You'd be wise to train hard starting now. It'll save you from experiencing the bitter regret of defeat. Oh, and do come along to my art class sometime. I'd be thrilled to have you attend. Okay, so yeah, and after that we do get a couple more options for classes, but we're actually gonna think about starting the classes once we take on the Team Star base. Now, the first one we're gonna go is Mela of Team Star, and she specializes in fire types. Now we're able to get a good start with some of our Pokemon with, you know, water and stuff, but this is where things are gonna start getting a little tricky. There's a bit of a level jump in between doing the Titan battle and the gym leader battle in roughly the same area, and then when you suddenly go to Mela, it's like a few levels higher. So good thing I didn't use a whole lot of those candies, because I think it would make sense for me to kind of use some of them right now. But first things first, let's actually kind of get a good team going. In fact, I think trying to think. It probably wouldn't help that much to have Ember in the team, because while Flash Fire is good and all, it isn't exactly the kind of move that would be too helpful, since we're not exactly using fire moves against the fire Pokemon. So okay, so we definitely want Quack-a-Go-Go. We definitely want Rock-a-Mole. At that point, we also gotta kind of see what other Pokemon could be very helpful. Mudslap and Rollout aren't too bad to have. What else could you do? And Glare would be good to paralyze it. Okay, Defense Curl would be great, because if I use Defense Curl first and then Rollout, that it does increase Rollout's power. So, Dun would be a handy one to have as well. Okay, Ragnarok, probably be good. Let's check to see if there's any moves that you could relearn. Nothing that'd be that much more helpful. Let's see now. Floaty Tails? Floaty Tails will be helpful. And Salt Miner. Okay, I just gotta hope that there isn't a Pokemon that's gonna have a lot of ground or steel moves, because it's like half my team are gonna be this little bit suspect to those. So So yeah, I can't really leave them at the levels that they're at, because it's going to be a little bit of a jump. So what we can do... Ooh, got a Sunstone. We can have ourselves our own Sunflora. If we ever decide to have one. But, let's see. Yeah, this would be a good opportunity to kind of start giving our Pokemon candy. So... let's start with the level S. Okay, 16. Okay, Headbutt, that isn't too bad. Okay, this is where we're going to have to do a little bit of grinding. I'm going to try to get these Pokemon up to level probably 23 or something. And then we're going to go from there. We got this interesting Pokemon called Tandemouse. Oh yeah, see, you're already level 20. And you have the move that has my HP. Perfect. So yeah, we're already running into Pokemon that are higher level than most of what what I have. And I mean, yes, I do have the level 50 Zoroark, but that's cheating. Like, we're not gonna resort to that. Actually, level 20. Gonna do we are family. And I'm trying to figure out how this Pokemon also evolves too. So that might be like an interesting interesting Pokemon to maybe kind of have. You know what? Now I'm curious. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Mouse Pokemon. It evolves into Mousehold, starting at level 25 only when leveled up in a battle. It will still evolve, but skip the evolution animation. If leveled up in a battle, it was not sent out in. Okay, that's a little weird, but okay. And it has like a family of 3 and a family of 4 form. So yeah, it actually doesn't... Oh no, it'll evolve in 5 levels. Ah. Yeah, we're not gonna get that until we, go around the area and kinda clean up some stuff. You know, once we get more of the mobility, options for our ride Pokemon. Oh, yeah, it's an Oricario. Yeah, this Pokemon was introduced in Sun and Moon, and it comes in 4 different flavors, and depending on what kind you find is what type it is that is paired with flying. There's a fire one, there's an electric one, there's a psychic one, there's a ghost one. And they're also all based on like different forms of dance. Okay, you gonna gain the ball? Don't really have a teammate to pass the baton to, but okay. I do have Ultra Balls, but, you know, I'd rather save those. Ah, you're just gonna be annoying, aren't you? Okay, while you're passing the baton to a partner that's not even there, I'm gonna go heal my little, Salt Rock, if that's okay. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, ballet style. Okay, what can I call you? I'm not sure if there's enough room for Dancing Queen, but let's see. Yeah, maybe if I try to kind of phone it in. There we go. Alrighty, we seem to be moving a little bit along. Okay. So yeah, I don't want to just jump in and kind of surprise, because, you know, you try to do that and a cutscene's gonna play where it's like, hey, go in the front, you jerk. Okay, but where is this front door you speak of? Okay. Yeah, see, we kind of actually landed in kind of in the back of their base. Back up, kid. You just can't casually waltz in here like you're one of the stars that runs the joint. If you want in, ring the bell over by the entrance and storm the base like a decent person. Yeah, and they send us back to where we jump in. So, yeah, I kind of low-key kind of demonstrated what I mean by it's like, yeah, you can't just go in anywhere you want. You have to go in by the designated entrance. I'm out making the rounds, which means I'm on a job, but I'm out and about. You're challenged by Adrian, the office worker. Hello there. That was quick. Okay, what am I gonna replace a bite? Well, soak. My surroundings are spinning round and round. Okay. Oh! But yeah, see, it's like... It's kind of hard to kind of go in the direction of the base because, you know, they try to like send you in the direction of like going to Artisan because that's the town where the gym is. Oh yeah, that's where the Titan Chlorf got the Herba Mystica. What are you looking at, buddy? Is that still like... Wait, did I get a Litleo? I didn't get a Litleo. Okay, well, I'm gonna catch it. Ta-da! I'm gonna call you... Litness. Okay, so boxes. Okay, and I think I might have, yeah, I can claim an award now because I got 60 Pokemon and I got myself a Firestone. Nice. Okay, next are Netballs. Because yeah, I think this is still technically behind the Team Star base, so okay, gotta check the map where I can actually enter. Where can I enter the Team Star base? Should I even do the Team Star base at this point? Because yeah, they're part of the East Province, so oh. So yeah, it's a little confusing because... yeah. Let's see. I need to find I need to find a way to get to the East Province. This is getting a little confusing, to say the very least. That probably explains why there's a level spike, because, you know, if I just go, like, straight here, I could actually focus on the next gym badge instead. That is actually something to think about, but you know what? While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to take this opportunity to take some of those classes. Okay, anything that I could sell? Not at the moment. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'll keep my team as it is, but if I decided it would make more sense to train for the next gym instead, I'll probably switch gears a little bit. So I'll probably have like the level, kind of the level to kind of train everybody for the team start base a little bit lower. So like as soon as I'm like at level 22 with some of the Pokemon that I have, I'll start switching them out and start giving way to some Pokemon that are also best for the gym. But before we do any of that, it's time to learn things. Yeah, so, this lady is going to trigger the DLC, so we're not really gonna converse with her for the time being, because we just started the game. Good morning, Miss Sumiri. What class would you like to take? Okay, so we have a choice between biology, math, history, language studies, battle studies, art, and home economics. We'll start with biology first, with Mr. Jacques. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. Hello. My name's Jacques, and I'll be your Pokemon biology teacher. In my class, we'll all learn about the various quirks about our beloved Pokemon together. Help you all come to love Pokemon even more from the things you learn here. In today's class, I'll teach you a great way to get to know Pokemon in more depth. If you like to become better friends with your Pokemon, you can let them come out of their Pokeball and walk along with you. Sounds great, huh? You can use the ZR button to throw a Pokeball and let out the Pokemon inside. Nothing cuter than watching your Pokemon run around underfoot, if you ask me. Once you let your Pokemon out, try speaking to them. They'll sure to respond in some way. It's a great way to get them to know them better. However, letting your Pokemon out of its ball isn't such a great idea in some locations. Can anyone tell me where it is that you shouldn't have your Pokemon walk along with you? That's right. Great job, Sumiri. I see you did your homework. The correct answer is we should not walk with our Pokemon indoors. How about that? Some Pokemon might damage walls, desks, and other things by walking around inside buildings, so it's not allowed regardless of the species. Even though we could still see Pokemon indoors right within the academy, you know. I think I see them out and about in classrooms from time to time, but still. Anyway, you may become even closer friends with your Pokemon pals by walking together. Oh, and I almost forgot. Keep in mind that you can only walk together with your lead Pokemon. You also want to remember that throwing a ball at wild Pokemon will start a battle. It looks like that's all the time we'll have for today. See y'all next class. Okay, so yeah, and we also have another biology class. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do all the subjects in order. So do another biology class. Hello, hello. I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. Did you all try using the ZR button to let your Pokemon out as I taught you last class? Yeah, about that. I actually came back to your class right after I took the last one. I also highly recommend picnics for when you want to spend some quality time together with Pokemon in your party. I have yet to show them off, actually. You can get them all around the table to make sandwiches and play. It's really a lot of fun. If you really want to learn more about food, Miss Saguaro... Oh, man, I cannot pronounce that to save my life. Miss Saguaro's class is the best place to go. Now, sometimes while you're enjoying a picnic with your Pokemon, you might find something very, very important in the basket next to your table. This very important something is what Pokemon are born from. Let's all say it together now. Eggs. Phew, you all got it right. The very important thing that I'm talking about is a Pokemon egg. It's not clear what these eggs come from. Yeah, about that. I'm pretty sure we all know where the eggs came from. But they're probably placed in the basket rather than stealthily by the Pokemon at the picnic. Well, then who puts them there? Bucketing around with an egg will help warm it, which allows it to hatch. Eggs won't warm up by sitting in boxes though, you'll need to have them in your party. And here's one more super important thing I'd like you to remember about eggs. Pokemon entrust us with their eggs because they believe in us. So I sure would be happy to see you all being responsible parents for your little Pokemon eggs. Whoops, my most important point came right as the bell rang. Well, see y'all next time, I guess. Okay, yeah, so we'll have like the first two classes. You'll like math with Miss Time? Yep. Get it? She's called Miss Time because she's the math teacher. As in multiplication times tables. Hello everyone, nice to meet you. My name's Time and I will be your math teacher. Sorry to put you all in a spot at the start of the class, but let me ask you a quick question. Do you enjoy numbers, arithmetic, and the like? Yeah, sort of. Oh my. Thank you for your honest responses. Some of you may like numbers and some may not. I think that makes a wonderful mix. But no matter your opinion on math, I hope you find yourselves enjoying our lessons together. I'll do my best to find a good way to match up your interests with all types of math lessons. Speaking of which, are you all caught up on your studies of Pokemon type matchups? For example, grass is strong against water, and water is strong against fire, correct? Samira, you seem to be good with Pokemon, so let me ask you this. Bearing in mind that water is strong against fire, if the move Water Gun hits a fire-type Pokemon, what becomes of the move's damage? That's right, I knew I can count on you for this question, Samira. Using a move of a type that your opponent is weak to is a super effective tactic. It multiplies the damage of those moves by 2. On the other hand, using moves of a type that your opponent is resistant to isn't very effective. It divides the damage of your moves by 2. I don't mean to encroach on Miss Dendra's battle studies territory, of course, but I thought it best to use a lively topic as an example. That can make math fun, even for those of you who don't much like the subject, don't you think? Oh man, and how? Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next class. I hope you're looking forward to it too. Good morning, Miss Sumeri. What class do you like to take? We're gonna do math again. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. Hello, everyone. Let's have a fun class today. Tell me, do you all enjoy shopping? Buying tasty bread or choosing new clothes, even window shopping, is so much fun. In today's class, I like to use shopping, one of my own favorite hobbies, mind you, to teach you all about math. I'm sure everyone here has visited a Pokemon at least once. They sell all sorts of Pokemon items. Pokeballs are one of the many useful items you can find here. They cost 200 Pokédollars each. Now then, I'd like to y'all to do some thinking with me here. One Pokeball is 200 Pokédollars. If you have 2,000 Pokédollars and brought as many Pokeballs as you could afford, how many would you receive? This is a little bit of a trick question, but the answer's 11. That's correct. Well done, Sumire. With 2,000, you can afford to purchase a maximum of 10 Pokeballs. However, you purchase 10 or more of any one type of Pokeball, you'll also receive one Premier Ball, a special white ball, as a bonus, which is basically another Pokeball. So the correct answer is, in fact, 11. It's sure nice to get a little bonus like that on a shopping trip, isn't it? Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next class. I hope you're looking forward to it too. Even though the stream's doing well, the preview of my OBS is kind of crapping the bed a little bit. Good morning, Miss Sumeri. What class you would like to take? We're gonna do history with Miss Ryford. Man. This teacher in particular is a little interesting, as we'll find out later on. My name is Ryford. I will be the one to impart knowledge of the past to your little minds. History is a wonderful thing, truly splendid. The lives of our ancestors throughout history forge the past to the present in which we live. Today you shall learn about the most mysterious location in all of Paldea, the Great Crater. As you are all aware, a massive crater known as the Great Crater of Paldea exists in the heart of our region. The area inside this crater is called Area Zero, and research of its geological strata and material composition has shown that the crater is in fact over 1 million years old. It was long believed that a certain something rested at the bottom of this mysterious crater. Aha! Perfect timing to make eye contact, young Sumeri. Answer me this. What exactly was believed to rest in the Great Crater inside of Area Zero? That is correct. You're a surprisingly clever one, aren't you? I see you did your homework prior to coming to my class. That's right. Some believed a treasure more valuable than anything else in this world rested in the depths of the Great Crater. So much for dreams of treasure hunting, though, as a lab has been built in those very same depths. Oh, and before I forget, you would all do well to remember that the Great Crater and Area Zero are both off limits to all but those who have official business there. Do not dare entertain the foolish notions of gallivanting off to Area Zero in search of riches. It's no place for children dreaming of treasure and adventure. Besides, if it were all possible to investigate the area, I would surely be the first to do so. Man, someone's envious. Oh ho, is that the time already? I must have gotten swept up in filling your minds with knowledge. That ends today's lesson. We will unravel more of history's enigmas together another time. Also, fun fact, some of the stuff that's on the board for the History channel is referencing the game that came before this one, Legends Arceus. And by game that came before this one, I'm talking about a game that came 10 months before the release, came out 10 months before the release of Scarlet and Violet. Which kind of goes to show just kind of how crunched Game Freak were in, making the game. As far as Scarlet and Violet is concerned. Arceus turned out a lot better, believe me. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday, it is now part of history. Today we will continue to unravel the marvels that history has presented to us. About 2,000 years ago, this region came under the rule of the Paldean Empire. Historical accounts describe the Paldean Emperor as being quite the dictator. Oh, lovely. This emperor also zealously believed the legend of the treasure that rests deep within Area Zero. I must mention that the civilizations of our ancestors were not quite as developed as ours is today. People back then were far more likely to believe in mysterious legends, magics, and beings beyond human comprehension. In an attempt to gain the power to stand against Paldea's neighboring countries, the Emperor sent people in droves to join the hunt for the fabled treasure of Area Zero. Aha! Perfect time to make eye contact, young Samiri. Answer me this. Approximately how many years ago was that the Paldean Empire began to rule this region? Oh, incorrect. You're off by an entire millennium. Why, 1,000 years ago, the Paldean Empire had already begun to collapse. The answer is about 2,000 years ago. That's when the great era of exploration began. However, it is said that not a single adventurer sent out by the Emperor had ever reached the depths of Area Zero. Was it the punishing journey itself that barred their way, or perhaps some unknown creature? The resulting failure of this great era of exploration almost certainly heightened the air of mystery surrounding the crater. Oh, what I wouldn't give to explore Area Zero in its untouched state at that time. I suppose I can only hope for the swift invention of a time machine. Yeah, about that. Oh, is that the time already? I must have gotten swept up in filling your minds with knowledge. This ends today's lesson. We'll unravel more of history's enigmas together next time. Okay, we got 4 more subjects, and I'm pretty sure each of them have 2 classes, so I think after we take care of these, we might call it a day, because remember, due to the interruptions that kind of went on during the stream, I still have to put the first attempt of today's part and the second attempt of today's part together into an actual single part 3 and upload it to YouTube. So I kind of want to give myself time to do that before it gets too late. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to hit our first team star base today, and probably for the best, because I think looking at the map further, I'm like, you know what, maybe it's best if I don't hit that right away, or at least see what exactly I'm kind of doing. My dear students, how are you all today? Feeling good, I hope? Oh man. Of course, yeah, he's a language teacher, which means he's gonna use all sorts of foreign language that I can't pronounce for the life of me. But the point is that this guy is Salvatore. Merci beaucoup, that is, thank you very much for your attention here in my class. Oh my goodness. Do you know what Salvatore means? It means savior, so I just imagine I'm here to save you from spooky new languages. Funny, no? That's right, my classes will teach you about various languages from different regions. You might say good morning or hello as a greeting, but people from elsewhere may say bonjour or salut. I've heard that there's even a popular streamer out there who smashes several languages together and says hello, hola, ciao, and bonjour. Yeah, that's a gym leader we're going to actually be facing at some point, probably sooner rather than later. There are so many regions out there in our world, and each can have their own unique languages. Gracias, merci, shishi, arigato, danke. Those are all have the same meaning. Can you guess what that is? Whoa, Sumeri, was it? Brava, that's correct. And speaking up is important in language learning too. Gracias, merci, shishi. These words all mean thank you. I guess some of you probably know at least one of those. Despite meaning the same thing, their lengths and sounds are all different. Isn't that interesting? And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one of my wise words of advice. When you travel abroad, you should try to speak the local language as much as you can, even if you can't speak it very well. I'm sure your willingness to try will make the people you meet très heureuse, very happy. Honestly, from my experience, just being able to say hello, delicious, and thank you in the local language will get you pretty far. For everything else, just pretend you're Mr. Mime and gesture away. Oh, there's that pesky bell. I guess that's all the time we'll have for today. Well, adios, matinee, a la prochaine. See you later, everyone. I mean, that's good advice even for the real world, but man, pronunciations can trip me up even with English. I'm not sure how well I could do with a lot of other languages. You like languages with Mr. Salvatore? Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. But, you know... Yeah, I mean, if you do want to travel, you gotta be able to willing to learn some languages at some point, even if it is just basic phrases. It's time for Salvatore's language lesson. Oh my goodness. Answer with yes or oui. I'm gonna just do yes. C'est super. In our last class, I believe I taught you how to say thank you in other languages, right? In Le Cruz de la... Oh my goodness. You will learn a certain word sure to make people happy when you use it in your travels abroad. What word yes? Well, you have to guess. Delicious, hauchi, bueno. Can anyone tell me what these words mean? I knew I could count on you, Sumere. All of these words mean delicious. Using the local word for delicious at markets or restaurants is sure to get a big... man. At some point I can't really... There's a limit to how much I'm going to be able to try, especially when my voice is getting all freaking dry. And now apropos of nothing, let me give you all of one of my wise words of advice. The first step to smooth communication is to compliment the person you're talking to. After all, it's not very likely that a compliment will put someone in a bad mood. I mean, depends on how the compliment was handled, but you know, you're right. This doesn't only apply to people in other regions either. It's the same for all of you too. You can put this tip to use with your classmates. How about you all try complimenting each other after class? I bet that'll make for an ambience plus sympathetic, a more friendly atmosphere. That's all for today. See you all prochan cross. Next lesson, that is. Adios, matinee. Sorry. When my mouth and throat get dry, my tongue can also sometimes get a little sore. Alright, we're gonna go with Battle Studies with Miss Dendra. So basically the Pokemon equivalent of gym class. Usu, say hello to your battle instructor, the one, the only, the hot-blooded Dendra. Osu is a karate thing, by the way. Look it up. My age? 25. My hobby? Working out. My, type? Well, strong and muscular fighting types, of course. Oh, that type. I mean, we'll kind of probably find out her quote unquote other type later. But that's all for my introduction. As for my class, this is where you get to all get to learn the nitty gritty of Pokemon battling. We'll start with the basics so that no trainer gets left in the dust. Even if you're new to this stuff, have no fear. Leave it to me and my muscles, and you'll be pros in no time. Let's all set our fighting spirits ablaze together. Pokemon have all kinds of attack moves at their disposal, and each move has certain qualities that you'll want to remember. I'm talking about the power, type, and category of these moves. Higher power means more damage, especially if your opponent is weak to that move's type. Heads up, new kid, question coming your way. There are two categories that attack moves can fall under. Know what they are? Awesome, you're just as sharp as I expected, new kid. Looks like you have a handle on the basic. Anyway, attack moves are split into two categories, physical and special. Physical moves do more damage the higher the Pokemon's attack stat is. And special moves do more damage the higher Pokemon's special attack stat is. On the other side of things, Pokemon getting hit by these moves can take less damage by having a high defense or special defense stat, respectively. Yeah, and until Gen 4, those moves were determined by type. Now it's actually the move that determines whether or not it's physical or special. Pokemon that are good with physical moves should raise their attack stat, and Pokemon that are good with special moves should raise their special attack stat. Trying to raise both these stats equally will just make it hard for the Pokemon to shine in battle. Although sometimes having a mixed attacker isn't such a bad idea either. Make your strong point stronger, I always say. That goes for both people and Pokemon. Aw man, I was just about to suggest we do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home, but I guess we're out of time. We'll generally meet for class here in the schoolyard, even for book learning. Nothing like a little fresh air to make studying more fun, am I right? But class is over for now. Take care, you little rascals. Good evening, Miss Sumire. What class you would like to take? Well, we're going to do Battle Studies number 2. Class will begin school. Class will begin school. Don't be tardy. Another day, another round of battle study. Oh, Sue, let's get right to it. Is everyone excited about the treasure hunt? It's always a great adventure. You get to take on gyms, go to new places, and run all over the place with your partner Pokemon. And while you're running out there, I'll bet you'll come across some big shining crystals fairly often as well. These crystals are actually collections of terrestrial energy that's seeped out of the ground. You can check out these crystals to battle Terra Pokemon with your friends or other trainers in a group of 4. We call those battles Terra Ray battles. The Terra Pokemon you face off against Terra Ray battles are crazy tough. They sometimes act differently than regular Pokemon, so you'll need to be on your guard. Luckily, trainers can also use a special action in Terra Ray battles. It's called cheering, and there are 3 different cheers you can use. The first cheer is Go All Out. It boosts the attack and special attack of all ally Pokemon. The second is Hang Tough. This one boosts the defense and special defense of all ally Pokemon. And the third, well, let's see if you can guess. This cheer restores the HP for all ally Pokemon. What do you think it is? That's right, maybe I should make you the battle teacher, huh, new kid? The third and final cheer is Heal Up. It's a real powerhouse with the ability to restore HP and cure status conditions. You can cheer up to 3 times during a single Terra Raid battle. Also, cheering uses up a turn in battle, so you won't be able to have your Pokemon use any of their moves when you cheer. In conclusion, try everything at your disposal. If nothing seems to be working, try cheering on your allies. Providing support for your team can sometimes open up a new realm of possibilities. Always wants to do some hands-on practice just in time for the bell to ring. Okay, time to do some art. Greetings, I am Hassel. I'll be teaching this art class. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Now let me be candid for one moment. I imagine that many of you will forget all that you learned in class when you graduate. After all, you don't even need a basic understanding of artwork, much less a refined appreciation of beauty for most exams or jobs. So, is my class a waste of time for you then? I think not. At least I certainly hope it isn't. Think for a moment, all of you. What is beauty anyway? What makes something beautiful? Interesting. Thank you, Sumire. Oh, I don't mean to suggest that there's a correct answer to my query. The important thing is that you all take the time to think about it. Think about why we might find beauty in a flower blooming on the side of the road, for example. Question why the sky is a different shade of blue than the ocean, or why the leaves change color. Ponder the windmills of Artisan and how they move. Contemplate the chilling bite of the waters of Cascarafra. Man, that's a little tongue twister. I'm sure that you'll find that every little detail of your lives will seem more vivid, more impactful if you just take a moment to stop and think. And I'm certain that if you stop and truly appreciate the little beauties of this world, it'll help you pull through the days where your studies have you exhausted or when work has dampened your spirits. Do pardon me for waxing philosophical. You don't need to understand all of that now. To put it simply, it is true that one doesn't need art to survive, but it certainly makes surviving much more enjoyable. That it does. It is my hope that this class will add even a little bit of color to your lives. That's all for today. Next time we'll try a more hands-on approach to appreciating beauty. Alright, we're gonna take art. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. Hello class, it is I, Hassel, yet again. In our previous class we discussed what beauty is, what might have been a little boring for you. So today I thought I'd mix things up a little to pique your interest in art. Allow me to introduce our special guest. It's a Gibble! Man, I wonder what kind of Pokemon he likes to use. I wonder. This is Professor Gibble, the assistant lecturer for today. Now then, Professor Gibble, if you'd be so kind to terrestrialize for us. It has a flower on its head. As some of you may already know, a Pokemon can terrestrialize if you use a Terra Orb. Normally, Professor Gibble will be of the Dragon type, and Ground, but by terrestrializing, it succeeded in changing its type. So class, what type do these lovely glistening flowers above Professor Gibble's head represent? Excellent, Sumire, full marks for you. These beautiful flowers blooming above Professor Gibble's head show that it has now become a grass type. The shape of the Terra Jewel above a Pokemon's head depends on the Pokemon's Terra type. To summarize, if an opponent's Pokemon terrestrializes during battle, observe a Pokemon's Terra Jewel closely to see what type it has become, and choose effective moves accordingly. It is my sincere hope that today's lecture will help you all achieve beautiful victories. The terrestrial phenomenon is indeed a fascinating and deep subject to discuss. That is it for today, class. Thank you, Professor Gibble, for your help. Alright, we got one subject left. And it's home economics. I see we have some energetic young ones in our class this time around. You may call me Mr. Sagaro. Your time here with me will be spent obtaining knowledge and skills indispensable for daily life. Many of you have left the care of your parents to live here on your own in the Academy dormitory. I pray that the knowledge I impart to you will improve the quality of your lives and the necessities thereof: food, clothing, and shelter. Well, yeah, especially since we are generally out and about, out in the wild on our own. Of those three categories, I assume the most pressing and interesting for you all is food. When you eat sandwiches on your picnics, the HP of your party Pokemon will be restored. You'll also gain something called meal powers, which can provide all manner of benefits. For example, these powers can make Pokemon easier to catch or increase the experience points that your Pokemon receives. I think you'll also find that the breadth of these effects can be expanded by crafting sandwiches of superb flavor. What's more, there's a certain something that is particularly important if we wish to receive meal powers with even more helpful effects. Let me see, Miss Sumere, tell me, what must you keep in mind to receive even more helpful meal powers? Perfectly correct, Miss Sumere. Perhaps you're already aware of this fact from having helped your family with cooking at home. Your choice of ingredients, including both fillings and condiments, is an important factor in gaining even more helpful meal powers. For example, using sweet ingredients in your sandwiches may help you gain egg power. Including numerous bitter ingredients, on the other hand, can gain you item drop power. Learning to aim for specific effects when crafting sandwiches will almost certainly make your culinary endeavors more enjoyable. Please be aware, however, that you can also receive meal powers by eating at restaurants. I must say that I would feel the utmost joy if you all learned much here in my class and came to better understand home economics. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. Alright, time to wrap up our current spiel of classes. Put away your phones, it's time to begin class. In our last class, I believe we talked about the effects you can get from food on your picnics. You can receive meal powers and even restore HP for all the Pokemon in your party. It is truly a convenient means of healing your Pokemon. Unfortunately, as I'm sure you're all aware, it's not suited for use in battles when you cannot make food or when you wish to restore HP quickly. In times such as those, you should make use of healing items, such as potions, which you can purchase from Pokemarts or the school store. Healing items are immediately effective and can be used anytime you can open your bag. They are, however, consumed after one use. Potions restore 20 HP, Super Potions restore 60 HP, and Hyper Potions restore 120 HP. The pricier the item, the more HP it will restore. Keep in mind how much money you have when you are stocking up on these items. However, unforeseen happenings are an inextricable part of traveling from place to place. Imagine, if you will, the following scenario. You find yourself with injured Pokemon, but you have no potions, you are out of sandwich ingredients, and there are no Pokemon centers nearby. Tell me, Miss Sumire, what should you search for when in a perilous situation with no way to heal your Pokemon? Perfectly correct, Miss Sumire. I see you are well learned in survival techniques. If you see something shiny on the ground, it's actually an item that's been dropped there. You may be able to find a restorative item, such as an Oranberry or a potion, in this way. You can also use the R button to send out your Pokemon to pick up such items as well. And then there are berries, of course. Berries, by the way, aren't like items from shops. If you let your Pokemon hold one, it'll decide on its own when to eat the berry during battle. Letting your Pokemon decide the timing for itself can be quite interesting. At any rate, if you find yourself in need of healing, I suggest you look around for shining items on the ground. If you can't find such items, there are other methods you may employ for healing your... but I see the bell demands that the topic wait. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. So yeah, I think whenever we get new classes, they come in like pairs of 2 for each subject. And I think, after 4 sessions of a subject, we get a midterm, and after 8 sessions, we get a final. And we do have to kind of do like a test of sorts. In order to get like a reward and stuff. So, throughout taking all the classes, we'll actually also have an opportunity to interact with teachers and other staff at the academy. And this kind of increases kind of like a friendship level of stuff of sorts with them, which is really nice. And I think that's actually where we're gonna start the next part, because again, it's running a little late, and because I had various connection issues that made me restart the stream to being on Twitch only, because I think most of the connection issues was problems with YouTube, and that I tend to multi-stream. I have to basically edit the two parts, the two separate parts of part 3 together into one part 3, and then upload it to YouTube so that it can just be a single part for part 3. Putting A and B together, which is something that I have done before. So I want to make sure I get that taken care of while I'm still kind of awake, So yeah, I apologize if things do end up a little disjointed and short. But sometimes that will just happen. It'll be a little bit out of my control. But we still managed to make the stream work, which is nice. Okay, gonna heal the Pokemon up. Okay. So yeah, we still managed to make it work, and there was at least a means of salvaging the session, as it were. So it isn't all bad. So as far as what I'm gonna do next, yeah, it's probably gonna be a little bit of a mix of seeing if it makes more sense for me to raid the Team Star base, or trying to go towards the Levencia gym. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll keep the team that I currently have together, and then as I kind of level Pokemon up enough, I'll probably start thinking of adding in Pokemon to help with the Levencia gym. Although I don't really have a whole lot in terms of like ground types, though, which is a little unfortunate. So, yeah. Just something I'm gonna have to figure out on my way over there. I mean, I do have some Pokemon that can help with, like, secondary types that they may have, but not so much electric. But of course, we're going to start with interacting with all of the Academy staff first to kind of get that going. But aside from that, yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. Thank you to everyone that decided to kind of stick with me despite the craziness. Again, I'm going to work on getting kind of both the first attempt, which is like kind of like, the first third of the stream, as well as this attempt together, and try to upload it into YouTube as soon as I can. Hopefully, it'll be available shortly. As far as Twitch, as long as it's up on Twitch, it'll be kind of shown as like two different parts. So apologies for that, but that it can be liable to happen every now and then. It's just unfortunate that it happened during this stream. So yeah, but with all that said, hopefully the next time that I decide to stream, it won't be as crazy, and hopefully we'll make some more progress for the next part. So, with that said, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful evening and take care.